God is letting you know that everything you need is already within your reach. You've got the strength, wisdom, and support to achieve all your goals and dreams. Challenges that seemed too big before are now something you can handle. Welcome this time with confidence, knowing you're ready for anything that comes your way. You have everything you need to move forward boldly and with determination. Believe in yourself, and the good things lining up for you. Success is closer than you think. Today, God is reaching out with a special message just for you. It's about an old hurt that's still in your heart, linked to a family member who was a big part of your childhood. This person, who was very strict, maybe even scary, left a mark on you that affects how you feel and act today. When you were a child, you were open and trusting. But there was one time, one encounter with this family member that made you feel really scared and hurt. They might not have realized how deeply their words or actions affected you, but it left a deep impression. That memory has stayed with you, shaping how you feel about this person and making you uneasy whenever you think about them. Their strictness was probably meant to teach or correct you, but it felt much harsher in that moment. When you were little, everything around you felt so big and scary, especially when it came to that one family member whose presence always seemed so daunting. Maybe you couldn't quite put your finger on why they were so harsh, or why being near them made you feel so weighed down. It wasn't just their tone or the words they used, it was the heavy air of strictness that surrounded them, making each encounter feel like you were carrying a backpack full of stones. All you knew for sure was that it hurt, a deep, aching kind of hurt that made you feel small, scared, and sometimes even unloved. As a child, your world is supposed to be filled with laughter, learning, and love. But with them, laughter seldom found a place, learning felt like a trial, and love seemed conditional, hard to earn, and easily withdrawn. Their expectations always felt a mile high, and no matter how hard you tried, it seemed like you could never reach them. You were left feeling as though you were always falling short, always disappointing them. Now, years have passed. You've grown up, and you understand more about the world and people's complexities. You recognize that adults aren't perfect, they act out of their own fears and wounds. Despite this understanding, those old fears instilled by that family member haven't completely gone away. When you think about them, or worse, when you know you have to meet them, all those old, unsettling feelings surge back with an overwhelming intensity. You might even find yourself avoiding them, dodging family gatherings, or making quick exits, because facing them feels like reopening a book of fears you'd rather keep closed. Just the idea of being near them can stir up anxiety, making your heart race and your palms sweat, urging you to find ray of suns to stay away. Maybe part of you wants to bridge the gap, to heal old wounds, but another part of you can't bear the thought of feeling so vulnerable and small again. In the midst of these swirling emotions, God sees everything. He sees the fear and the deep hurt that's still embedded in your heart. He understands that these feelings are a response to real pain you experienced, pain that wasn't imagined or exaggerated. And he wants you to know that it's completely okay to feel this way. What happened when you were little was real. It did hurt, and it left scars that might not fully disappear. God's message to you is one of compassion and acceptance. He doesn't dismiss your feelings or suggest that you should simply get over them. Instead, he offers his presence as a source of comfort and strength. He is there to listen as you unpack your fears, to offer solace when you feel overwhelmed, and to give guidance when you're unsure how to move forward. God also brings a perspective that might be hard to grasp, but is crucial for healing. Perhaps your relative didn't fully understand the impact of their behavior. It's possible that they, too, were acting out of their own unresolved issues, using strictness as a misguided expression of care, thinking tough love was the way to teach resilience and discipline. They may not have realized how their approach was being perceived and how deeply it was affecting you. With this understanding, God is gently nudging you towards forgiveness, not for their sake, but for your own peace. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting or excusing their actions. It means freeing yourself from the heavy chains of bitterness and resentment that keep you tied to the past. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a key that can unlock the door to emotional freedom and healing. Moreover, God is encouraging you to nurture yourself with love and compassion. Remember, you are no longer that vulnerable child. You are someone who has grown, learned, and overcome many challenges. You have gained strength over the years, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. You have the power within you to face these old fears and to heal the wounds that have lingered in the shadows for too long. As you contemplate reaching out to this relative, consider starting with small, manageable steps. Maybe it begins with a letter expressing your feelings, or a conversation in a neutral place where you feel safe. It could involve setting clear boundaries that help you maintain a sense of control. Take it at your own pace, knowing that each step forward is a step towards reclaiming the peace and joy that were overshadowed by fear. Through it all, God is with you, guiding and supporting you. He encourages you to lean on Him whenever you feel weak, to draw strength from His love, and to find comfort in knowing you are never alone. With His guidance, you can navigate the complex path of reconciliation and healing, moving towards a future where the past no longer holds you back. You are loved, valued, and capable of moving beyond the hurt. With God's help, you can find a new sense of empowerment and serenity, transforming pain into purpose and fear into freedom. But God also wants you to know you're not alone in this. You don't have to carry this fear by yourself. Healing might take some time and it won't be super easy, but with God's help, you can start to feel better. This isn't just about looking back at what happened. It's about moving forward too. God is asking you to face this fear and bring it out into the open. That might mean thinking about those times, really feeling what they make you feel, and maybe even forgiving your relative for causing that pain. Forgiving doesn't mean you're saying it was okay. It just means you're letting go of the hold it has on you. You're letting yourself be free from those old hurts. The fear that's been holding you back might get smaller if you think about this. Maybe your relative didn't really understand how much their strict ways affected you. They wanted to help you grow and learn, but they were too tough. They probably didn't realize how their harsh words or actions felt to a little kid, and how long those feelings would stick around. If you're ready, this could be a chance to make things right, to have a talk that helps both of you understand and heal. In the meantime, God wants you to be kind to yourself. You're not that little kid anymore. You've grown up, learned a lot, and gotten stronger. With God's help, you can face those old fears and start to heal those deep wounds that have been hidden for so long. You can find the bravery to either talk to this relative or just deal with the feelings that bubble up when you think about them. Remember, one tough moment from your past doesn't define who you are. You're way more than that, and you can move past it. God is right there with you, guiding you towards peace, understanding and freedom from what happened before. You are loved and supported, and strong enough to get past this fear. As you do, you'll find new strength and calm. My dear viewers, show your support by giving a super thanks up to $20.